Why, hello there. You're probably wondering, Abby, why are you in the shower? And let me explain. I'm here today to talk to you about the reason my lovely husband has been smelling so incredibly incredible lately. So we got sent some Harry's body wash. This is charcoal and lime scent, and this is cedar and orange scent. Now that sounds really, really bougie, but the cool thing about Harry's is that it has no parabens, no added dyes, no sulfates, none of that like gunky stuff, but it retails for like $8. Also, when I walk around the house and I just get a whiff of my lovely husband, since we're living together now, we're in close quarters because that's what happens when you get married is you live together. I get a whiff of this like charcoal and lime and I'm like, ooh, I like that. If you guys want to try it out, you can scan the QR code or you can click the link in the bio. I also use it for what it's worth. I don't know if that means anything to you, but I also use it and also smell like a man. Okay, enjoy the video.
One of my first runs back, I've been easing into it, waking up every morning and asking Jesus what he wants me to do that day. But this is my first week kind of playing around with what it feels like to be consistent in my running again after a combined total of 2 months off of running. I finally feel in a healthy place to get back to it. And Jesus has given me confirmation through prayer that this is what I can be doing. And I'm feeling myself properly, getting informed how I should. It's been a long road to get here, but we're slowly easing back into doing what I love now that I'm not idolizing it, and now that I can do it in a healthy way again. But I will always have to be on guard, and that's just something I've accepted. And you know what? I'm okay with that, honestly, because it makes me who I am, and it's part of my story. All right, let's run. I'm listening to What a God. I don't know who it's by, but I bet it's like Elevation or something like that. So good. It is stunning out here today. I have an itch on my my left ankle, which is kind of silly because it's not like anything hurts, it's just itchy, so I feel goofy. And I want to keep itching it, but you know what? Okay, this literally doesn't matter. This is pointless. I'm not used to running and vlogging because I haven't done it for so long. I gotta get back into it. It'll take some time, okay? I basically, when I go on my runs right now, I'm only allowing myself to listen to worship music or some sort of faith-filled podcast or just something that's uplifting, because if I cannot do this based on the Lord, then I'm not doing it at all. Gotta keep my head on straight, and what I put in my ears is a direct correlation of how I think. Do with that what you will.
Morning. That's how you make coffee. I'm tired.
We are headed to the gym right now. Okay. We are headed to the gym right now. We as in me. It's literally just me. I'm the only one in this car. To do some Pilates. I'm going to do an hour of Pilates and then call it a day. I've been loving Pilates, especially on like the end of the weekends. At the beginning of the weekend, I like to structure my workouts where... Why are you shaking? I like to structure my workouts at the beginning of the week where I'm lifting heavy. So Monday through Thursday, I'll do shoulders, back and buys, chest and tris, and legs. And I'll load that on the beginning so that, I don't know, I'm just someone who likes to have my weekends free. I want to be able to say yes if people have plans, and like, that's just how I am. So I like to do my lighter workouts on the weekends. I don't know, that's just what works for me, but I also find that it helps me keep my schedule available because it's like, oh, I can do like 30 minutes to 45 minutes of Pilates and then I can go get coffee, sure, which I go get coffee every day of the week, but like, whatever. Anyways, it's just my schedule. I'm sharing it with you. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, but that's my reasoning behind it. Like, if someone wants to go on a spontaneous weekend trip, I can be like, yeah, sure. I mean, I could do that anyways. It's a lot easier to do a Pilates workout if you want to go on a spontaneous weekend trip rather than pay for like a day pass at a gym, or you just miss your day. Whatever. You can miss your day. It's fine if you... This is the problem with once you recover from like being obsessive about it, is like the balance between being driven and then being balanced. It is so totally fine to miss a workout, and there are days where I'll miss a workout, and then it is also and then it is also so totally fine to wake up in the morning on vacation and want to work out. I don't know, it's just balance is so weird. I am understanding now why in social media we see so many extremes, because not only is it clickbaity, but it's also just easier. It is easier to be on the extreme. It's harder to like get the point across when you're trying to promote balance, because maybe you're really driven one day and then maybe you're not, and that's fine. That's fine. Anyways, you guys hear my heart on that. Do whatever you want. That's what I do. That was a long tangent. Anyways, today's agenda is, I don't really know. I want to just have fun. I just want to have fun and love my life. So anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit about running. Post Boston Marathon, it was draining and I was burnt out, and I just didn't realize it. I do love running. It is my passion. It is my ministry. I absolutely love running, and slowly getting back into it has made me realize that and see it in a new light, and the Lord has like refreshed me of that. But it was almost as if Jesus had to be like, you need to strip everything that you think you know about your identity, because you are relying on everything else except for me, and so you need to take away everything you think you know about yourself, because it's wrong. You're human and you don't, but I do, and I'm going to be that foundation for you. Then you can enjoy it again and use it as a ministry and a passion again. I had nothing to do with this. I mean, obviously I had to choose to chase after Jesus in this time, but that was like all I had to do. I just laid it all at his feet. I said, this is where I'm at. I literally am broken. I know nothing, and I give this situation to you because I've tried everything, which I wish I wouldn't have relied on myself for so long before coming to him. And I didn't even really realize that I was doing that, because it's hard when you love Jesus, but you're caught in this trap because you're still doing the things. Like, I was still reading my Bible, I was still praying, and other parts of my life I was surrendering to him, but not my entire life, because I felt like I needed to control this part of it. So I'm just very blessed that he has taught me so much through this time and will continue to teach me more. All that to say, I love you guys. Let's do some Pilates.
This is my husband.
We're mucking. Also, hello?
Hey, I tried to catch you at the gym because I just saw your posts and everything. Where
Oh,
are you?
did you like it? I am actually currently filming.
Oh, you can call me later.
Oh, let me just call you back in like 2 seconds.
Okay, I love you. Sorry.
Bye. She's crazy for that because she knows that I like to FaceTime. Anyways, I was craving a funky monkey today, but I needed to nourish my body. Not have just like some ice cream. So 3 pieces of bread. I'm using everything bread because we didn't have any other bread. The Izio sourdough bread cold is so fire. No one can tell me otherwise. I mix, the ratio is 2 tablespoons of peanut butter to 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt. I mix that up. I put a little bit of stevia and some salt because I get the natural peanut butter, so it doesn't have any flavor. I mix that up and then I put that on some toast just to give it a little more volume. And I don't know, I just want to pair a good protein with the fat. I put banana on it, and then this one has chocolate because yum. I think it's like 75% dark chocolate. And then in here, I have some chocolate True Body protein powder mixed with Greek yogurt, and then topped it with another scoop of peanut butter and some bananas. And well, I'm just gonna eat that right up. Ryan's working. I should probably be working. Hey.
Hey, why is my camera not doing? How are you, little love?
Good, I'm eating.
Oh, that's good. I'm actually driving by your street right now. Hey, waving to you.
Hey. Outfit change. I've gathered you all here today to discuss a very important matter of business. This is Lucketts Coffee, aka our coffee bar. Word is getting out about this fun little coffee bar in our house, seeing as we post our entire lives online, so obviously that would be the case. But we are having such a big blessing of having so many people fill this room. It's so fun. I'll invite my friends over to come work or study, or sometimes friends will just swing by our house and pick up coffee because they want it, and we love giving our friends coffee and providing love through a cup of coffee. It's so fun, and I'm learning a lot about coffee. Sure, you guys have been helping me a lot, especially with my espresso making skills, because I don't really have any right now, but I'm trying. But something I've really been wanting to do is make custom syrups and just add a little bit more to the coffee bar. Like, I want some dispensers and I want some more things to give to our friends rather than just an iced latte with some sugar or some drip. And of course my protein coffee, but that's a whole nother personality trait that I can't get into right now. However, I do love my protein coffee. Anyway, so we're gonna go to Goodwill and try to just add some more zhuzh to this place. Let's go. So the goal is to get a grinder. We have a scale, but I kind of want another one that's a little bit cuter, baby green. I'll probably have to order that, honestly, because I can't be too picky. I want some glass straws, some syrup dispensers. If I really luck out and I find a better tamp, that could be good too. Okay, the thing is, there's also so many cute clothes here. I need to control myself, okay? Like, there's a lot of bases, but no like dispensers. I can't film in public, I'm realizing. There's so many cute green mugs though, but I don't need any mugs, even though I want mugs. It's kind of cool. But again, like, I don't need it just because it's cute. I don't want to get it because then it'll be cluttered, and we don't want clutter. That's the hard part about coming to Goodwill or like a thrift store, is that you can't really go in with like too specific of what you want / need, and that is exactly what I'm doing right now. I guess I'll try another store. I really want to shop for clothes right now, but no. So I'm realizing that I am too picky. Yeah, so we're gonna go somewhere that I have a gift card to. Our options are Target, Annie Ann's Pretzel Company, Subway, Dairy Queen. Yep, those are our options. So it looks like we're going to Target. You know what? I'm not going to do the driving montage because I do a driving montage in every one of my videos, and that's predictable. And I'm not going to be predictable. So at any moment during this video, at any moment during what I'm saying right now, I could be at Target. You never know when I'm going to get there. And that's the thing, is that I want to be unpredictable and catch you when you don't even know, you don't even expect what's about to happen. So you never know when I'm going to end up. You just never know. Is that funny? Hopefully that was funny. Okay, I'm gonna get some organizers for the drawers. Like this. A couple of these. I really want this. I don't need it though. So I need to find like monk fruit sweetener or sweetener substitute. I don't really think though, Target doesn't really have that. So what I'm learning about myself is that I'm literally incapable of going into a store to search for things that I need. So I'm just gonna have to go online and get these things, because honestly the only thing that I can go into in store and get what I need is food. So we're gonna go to Walmart and get some ingredients to make some syrups. But like, I did not get anything that I needed, and I don't want to say this was a fail. I want to look on the bright side. I got some good things, but I did not get anything that I needed. Like, literally nothing. So I came into Target to get a coffee grinder, some glass straws, possibly a scale, and some syrup dispensers, and I left with 3 dividers for shelves, some chip clips, and some Icebreaker Duos watermelon flavor. So I'd say this was a success. Okay, that one was a lot better. I got some cookie mix to make for my friend because she's pregnant. So I'm gonna make her cookies, duh. I got some of this Nut Pods creamer. It's sugar-free, but I've been wanting to make a cookie butter latte for so long. So I got some of this. I got some Truvia brown sugar because I want to make brown sugar shaken espressos, and then I also want to make some brown sugar syrup so I can make a banana bread latte. And then this was an impulse buy, but it says it's good for your digestion, and I thought this would be good if there's ever some time when I don't want coffee, but I do want a fun drink, especially if I'm reading my Bible. I just love to have a drink while I'm reading my Bible. So I was like, I can do this. It's strawberries and cream superfood latte. So I was thinking I could just like mix this with some coconut milk. I feel like it's giving pink drink.
Really early in the morning, and I had the best intentions of using glass. I literally have glass cups, and I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I got a glass cup. I don't know why I got a plastic cup. Whenever I'm home, I always use a glass cup. So, just really early. I'm so sorry. This is so sweet. Sometimes I get asked how I read my Bible. The reason why I haven't really given like a Bible routine necessarily is because I don't really have one. I try to make my Bible a place in my life where I don't have a structure or a routine to a specific point, because I am just such a let's make a schedule, let's make a routine kind of person. And I know that the Lord doesn't always call me to be so structured. I just caught myself with certain Bible studies getting caught up in it feeling almost like a checklist rather than me really just digging into the word. Like maybe for 30 minutes, I just want to focus on one verse that I read. And then another day I may read like 4 chapters, and that's just how my brain is working that day. But throughout my entire time of reading the Bible, I've always loved the Bible. This is really sweet, but I'm doing it for the carbs, so. Throughout my entire journey of reading the Bible, it has never looked the same for longer than like a period of 2 months. I just finished being in Kings, and I didn't read all the way through Kings. I actually was just focusing on Elijah because I'm learning about prayer right now, and Elijah is a great example of prayer in the Bible. But then from Elijah came Elisha, who then I was also interested in. So I just kept reading and reading and reading, and the thing that you'll find is that like everything kind of connects, and so I just kept going. Midway through 2 Kings, I kind of just came to a point where I was like, okay, time to move on. And so now I'm in Jeremiah, because before I was reading Kings, I was reading James, and in the last chapter of James, it talks about Jeremiah, Job, and Elijah all being really good like prayer warriors. So I wrote their names down so that I could go back and read about all of them, because I'm really focusing on my prayer life right now. So that's just one thought pattern of how I read the Bible. I kind of let what I'm currently reading inform what I will be reading next, and I really try to dig into the text. I write stuff down. I've always written stuff down. It just helps me remember things. I feel like if I don't write it down, it's just gonna go in one ear and out the other. And it also just makes it fun. I love taking notes. I love drawing pictures. There's no set like schedule or time that you have to adhere to read your Bible. It is something between you and God, and I feel like that is just so cool that I just get to sit with him and see what happens. I think it really is all about perspective and your heart posture, because 2 days ago I couldn't really concentrate and I read half of a chapter, and the day before I read 5 chapters and I was like in it. So it really just depends, but it also is discipline, because some days you just aren't going to want to, and some days you're going to be really excited to. The thing that helps me is to always make a fun drink. I will always have a drink when I read my Bible. Usually it's going to be a coffee. I have said this before, but when I was struggling to read my Bible every day, I was having a coffee every day. So I was like, okay, I'm not allowed to have my coffee unless I'm also reading my Bible, because usually what would happen is I would take my coffee to go, or I would just drink my coffee and work. But I came to this point in my life where I was like, if I'm working but I'm not doing my earthly job filled up with the Father, what's the point of doing the earthly job, because I'm not doing it to the best of my ability or for the legitimate reason of why I should be doing that job in the first place. If you're a believer, we are called in Matthew 28 to therefore go and make disciples of many nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. I'm sitting here coming with my own agenda and adhering to my plans without even talking to Jesus first at all. Literally, what's the point? I mean, what is the point? Like, what am I doing it for then? Myself? The Bible says do nothing out of selfish ambition. I don't know. I just feel like really thinking about your why helps you come back to here as well. And then I think just reminding yourself that it's supposed to be fun. When you stop reading the Bible to see what you can get out of it and start reading it to see how you can learn more about God, that's when things change. Getting things out of it, that's the byproduct. Like, God is so good that he's provided that for us, that we're just naturally going to have that happen. But like, this is our map to see how God works and how God repeats himself and how God still today is doing the same things that he did back when these things were happening. Adam and Eve, Jonah and the whale, the Exodus, all of these crazy stories that we hear about are still happening today, just in different ways. And I think it's really cool to see that in the Old Testament and in the New Testament through Jesus. The goodness of our God, the repetition of our God is just so alive today, and the Bible is the center point of being able to ingest that kind of information. So that's my 2 cents. I'm starting in Jeremiah today. Okay, checking back in, I wanted to walk you guys through just a little bit. I just finished reading Jeremiah chapter 1, and these are my notes, so I wanted to walk through them with you guys. So again, this isn't how I always do this for reference. These are my notes for a sermon. I write down verses, things that stick out to me. And these are my notes for Kings. I basically wrote down like bullet points of what was happening because it's more informational, or I write down pictures to help me remember. As to where for Jeremiah, I wrote down things that stuck out to me rather than what was actually happening, because this whole first chapter was just one thing happening, as to where in other chapters there's like a ton of things happening. The funny thing is, I've read through many of the same chapters and stories of the Bible, but the 2 things that happen are, 1, I forget what happens, and it's either been a while or I just don't retain the information, so I go back and I read it, which I feel like is what happens majority of the time. Or number 2, I learned something different, like for something like Psalms or Proverbs. I read those a lot, so I remember a lot that's in there, but I get something new out of it every single time. If you're new in your Bible journey, you're like, how do people just continue to read this every single day? For me, that's been my 2 reasons. So anyways, Jeremiah chapter 1, which I forgot to write Jeremiah chapter 1 up here. So I need to write that. But I basically just wrote down things that stood out to me, versus things that God was saying to Jeremiah that I felt like could apply to my life, or that I just got chills reading, or that I really liked. Right here, I wrote like another verse that connected to a theme that I read in this chapter. And then at the very bottom, I wrote a recap of this chapter. And it says, God calls Jeremiah to speak to his people. Jeremiah is scared, but God assures him he will be with him. I'm gonna get back to reading and then go run. Good morning, rhinoceros.
Good morning. We're going to the gymnasium.
To pump some iron.
House.
Yeah, we're going to gym.
Abby's other boyfriend.
I'm not cheating on you with Jim.
The highest place I reached. That song is so good.
I know.
Live at your feet, and I've done it all, and the best thing that I see is your glory. Then I've seen it all. I could be a singer.
30 Bird haul. So if you come to Bowling Green, Kentucky on like vacation or anything, which I don't know.
A single human being would come to Bowling Green, Kentucky on vacation.
I don't know why you come to Bowling Green, Kentucky on vacation, but maybe to see the caves. If you do, go to 30 Bird. It's a Whole 30 little hole in the wall kind of breakfast lunchy place, but you can also get takeaway things and some groceries. Like we get our eggs from there, our bread, that kind of stuff. So I got some chicken salad, and then to go with that, some rosemary Simple Mills crackers. These are the best ones. Ryan and I go through basically like a box in an hour. I got some electrolytes, Element, some bread. The bread person is banjobakes.com. The guy gets his flour from Italy, so it's like good, and my sister can have it and she's gluten free.
Italy.
Look, I'm sweating.
Just come get me when you're done, okay?